Sorry, that took me a while. It's very, very chewy. Loads of peat, smoke, bacon on the end there. That is stunning. Well, good day everybody, and welcome to my channel Whisky Journey. Today I've got another single malt Scotch whisky review for you guys. So I'm going to be journeying back into Islay and carrying on with the Cask Whisperer series. I'm now down to my second last sample, and for this review we're going to have a bit of peat. This is going to be a Port Charlotte that I'm going to be reviewing. I just wanted to quickly say, guys, as well, thank you so much for actually watching my content. I've noticed I've got a few more subscribers, and the support is always, is always most welcome. It's always appreciated. And if you have any comments or anything that you wish to say in the comment section, and by all means, just feel free to say what you feel, I guess. But anyway, let's get on to the review then, shall we? So I've already poured the sample, so the reason I've done this is because I've wanted the spirit just to sit down for a bit, take a break. 20 minutes has been in the glass. I didn't do that with the Bruichladdich wine cask for my last review, and I didn't particularly enjoy that Bruichladdich, but maybe giving it a bit of time in the glass just to settle down perhaps would have helped a wee bit for that review that I did. So I've decided to do this now, just let it sit and rest for a wee bit. Right, so as I said, it's Port Charlotte, and this is a distillate from 2002, and it's a 17-year-old matured in an ex-wine cask and bottled at 52.3% ABV. So yeah, let's just get straight into the tasting notes and have a wee nose of this first, and just see what we get on the nose. Okay, already this is so much more promising on the nose for me personally. So there's peat, obvious peat. I'm getting bacon as well, like fried bacon, but more of the bacon fat than the actual bacon itself. It's quite a fatty, dense nose. It's sweet and rich. Along with the peat, there is some maritime influence, some sea spray, a hint of brine and fish. There is earthiness there too, but it's more subtle than what I get on the Bruichladdich. It's definitely a bit more in the background, but I don't have an issue with that at all. There's also the traditional sort of farmy, funky, manure sort of nose to it as well, but again, like the earth and the soil nose, it's quite subtle. Definitely more in the background. Again, there's a bit of, I don't mind that. There's a bit of complexity here. There's a bit of depth. And underneath all the sea spray and peat, I'm getting some fruits as well. So lovely red fruits. There's some sweet honey as well. It's a tad herbal, perhaps almost flowers, that sort of influence. It's quite interesting. And also some almost like golden syrup, that sweet sort of golden syrup sort of texture to the nose. It's just a stunning nose, guys. This particular Port Charlotte, this is to me so much more complex than the Bruichladdich that I had recently. But yeah, just a stunning nose, really, really intense, and very well balanced as well. It's not just all about that peat. There's so much more going on with this, so it is more complex. It is complex. Right, let's just have a wee taste first and see what we get. Sorry, that took me a while. It's very, very chewy. Loads of peat, smoke, bacon on the end there. That is stunning. Right, so the initial arrival, it's quite oily, good viscosity. I would say that this is medium bodied perhaps, but once you start swirling in the mouth, it becomes very, very rich, sweet, very sweet, with loads of berries. But now I'm getting some tartness as well. So there is honey sweetness, red fruit sweetness, but then you start getting berries, almost like blackberries, black currant, that sort of thing. Add a bit of tartness to the palate, mid palate, and then after that you get a big whack of peat. There's definitely some brine there, some fish. I'm getting a bit of chalkiness as well. There's some mineral elements to this as well. There's toffee as well, almost like caramel but burnt toffee, that sort of vibe going on. And now just in the finish, it's just beautiful. It's just earthy, peaty, a bit of burnt wood, but the fruits are still going on. Those red fruits are still sitting there just in the finish. Yeah, this is really, really good. Definitely for me personally a step up from the Brook Laddie 17-year-old. I think this is just an interesting dram. It's far more interesting, and a lot more. It's the complexity is really good. I don't get any alcohol sting. That's 3 drops of water I've just added. No alcohol sting at all. Nothing like that. That finish still lingering as well, so it's quite a nice lens on this finish as well. So we've just added a few drops of water, just 3 drops, and we'll see what we get on the nose now. Okay, so the peat, it's pushed that peat a wee bit, and now I'm getting more of that toffee, that burnt toffee note with red fruits, golden syrup, the barnyard funk note as well, with earth as well. Yep, and the peat has definitely gone more in the background now. So on the nose, I prefer this without the water, to be honest, because that peat is just beautiful and quite up front on the nose. So as I say, the water just pushes that peat away a bit, but it does allow the fruitiness from the dram. It pops out a bit more, perhaps, with a bit of water. Okay, now the earthy soil note is coming out. So it's taking a bit of time. It's definitely taking time. I'm sorry that these reviews might be a bit longer than normal. Yeah, very complex. It still remains complex, but I prefer it at its full strength, I think. Right, second taste and see what we get. Peat, smoke, red fruits, minerals, fish, brine. Lovely finish. Okay, so on the palate, initial palate, I would say it loses a bit of that viscosity. So on the palate, I think without the water, I prefer the viscosity from the dram. However, with that mouthfeel, you start to get loads and loads of berries again. So this is quite a fruity dram, but it's rich. Toffee, as I've said before. salt. It's just a lot more fruitier than I expected it to be, and that's why I'm really enjoying it. But you get that tartness. There's a tartness. It's not overly sweet, but it is sweet with that toffee in the background. But you get the tartness from the berries as well, which just gives it a bit of a lift and a bit of funk and a bit of, just makes it more interesting. And then in the finish, bit of burnt wood, lovely peat, earthy, rich, a little bit more medicinal in my opinion, just with the addition of water. Definitely more, a little bit of iodine there, a bit of our TCP. But yeah, I'm not going to ramble on much longer, guys. Yeah, this is a top-notch dram in my opinion. This is the sort of whiskey that I really enjoy. I love a good peated dram. I mean, it's starting to get a bit cold now, so this is going to be the sort of style that I enjoy probably the most. But it's not just about the peat with this one. There's lots of more interesting notes. It's got a good complexity, and just absolutely perfect. It warms you up really nicely as well. Yeah, there's a score. This one's going to be a higher one than the Bruichladdich Organic and the Lockendall. I actually prefer this one to the Lockendall bourbon cask. I'm going to give this a 9. I think it's very close to that Octomore that I had in the bourbon barrel. Perhaps not quite hitting those notes or as high as that, but it still doesn't matter to me. Still a great dram. Very enjoyable. And yeah, definitely my second favorite from the series so far. So we've only got the Octomore left in the wine cask, so that's going to be very interesting to try and see how that one scores. Okay guys, so yeah, anyway, thanks as usual. Thanks for watching my content. It's always appreciated. And please like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you wish. It's also always appreciated. But guys, yeah, that was, as I say, a Cask Whisperer, Port Charlotte 17-year-old in a wine cask. Just fantastic. Okay, so as usual, guys, nothing much else to say except have a fantastic day, and I'll see all of you again soon. Take care, guys. Cheers.